welcome friends and family to the channel. It is 3 o'clock in the morning and I'm here at this princess and we are on our way to New Orleans for her birthday trip. So we just arrived into the airport. Gonna check our bags on and wait for our flight. And I'm extremely tired, so that might be a good thing so I can sleep on the plane. But wish us luck and y'all stay tuned. So we just touched down in New Orleans.
NOLA.
And what do you think about the flight?
Okay, so this was our first class experience.
Well, I've had one experience.
Yeah, didn't somebody give you first class when you were coming home from overseas?
When I was on leave from Iraq, somebody gave up their seat for me to go first class, but it's pretty nice of them.
It was nice.
But
so for a long flight, I 1000% think it's worth it.
Yeah, a lot more room and get tailored to a little bit better.
Yeah.
But yeah, now we hit the ground running and get us a Uber to our hotel, and then gonna let this queen do her thing. I'm just here for the ride. So we called an Uber over here to our hotel, the International Hotel here in New Orleans, and inside looked pretty amazing. Had their nice little sit-in bar, and we got here pretty early. I think we were here about 9 o'clock in the morning, way before check-in time. But we wanted to be able to drop our bags off behind so we can go ahead and start our day and our adventure. So dropping off bags and heading on. So our first stop was here at the Cafe du Monde, as my southern accent pronounced it horribly. But we ended up getting us some coffee and had some beignets. First time I ever had beignets, and for those that have never been down here also, this is a cash-only place. Down here in New Orleans, most of the places prefer cash over card, which is interesting, but needless to say, we were able to grab our beignets and go around back and enjoy these things. So with this being my first time eating a New Orleans beignet, I was very impressed, but I was not impressed with these pigeons and the birds. They definitely want to bother you while you're eating, but this is their natural habitat. But I did notice that eating these beignets, the powder would come off, so I would end up dropping it back in the bag and shaking it up, and voila, have a nice another bite of beignet. But you can't be afraid of getting powdered sugar on yourself, because it's definitely going to get everywhere. So yeah, you'll see us there taking pictures of each other and sending them on our social media. So we just finished our beignets.
Real ones.
A real beignet. And it is delicious. Tastes like a funnel cake.
Here, walk.
Oh, and we gotta walk or I'm gonna get ran over. They were in Jackson Square.
I don't really know.
We don't know. We're just walking.
Now I think we're just in the heart of the French Quarter.
Heart of French Quarter. So. So as y'all see, we are here at another hotel. It's not our hotel, but there's something unique about this one. You see how very nice it is on the inside, but they have their own restaurant, and also they are known for their carousel bar. Yeah, that's right. They've got a bar that's in a circle in the shape of a carousel, and then up at the top it's got all the decorations as such as a carousel. But that was what was special about this area, or this hotel, I would say. But you'll see I'm walking in and spot this very attractive young lady over here in the corner. So looks like she's already got 2 drinks for us. But yeah, oh, look at there, look at that smile. And for the downside for this video, I forgot to record the carousel. Sorry guys.
The traditional recipe with the wheatley vodka from Buffalo Trace Distillery. Chilled simple syrup and fresh lime juice with the addition of the transatlantic bitters.
I like that better than the other one.
I don't know. Well, this one's sweet too, but.
So this museum is really neat. It actually has 3 stories to it, and it's actually free. We were able to go throughout the different levels and be able to taste different mixtures of drinks that are provided here at Sazerac. And one thing about New Orleans is Sazerac is their own drink. It's almost similar to an old-fashioned, but it's got their own twist to it, and it's famous in New Orleans. Any restaurant you ask for a Sazerac, and they'll make you one right off the bat. But just going through here, just learning the history of how the simple syrups were made, and then also some of the bourbons and gin and stuff of that nature. So it's pretty neat. And like I said before, it was free, so this day it wasn't a waiting line, but we came back another day, just happened to pass by it, and it was extremely packed, a line out the door. But of course it was the weekend for that. But yeah, just finishing up on this tour, and then heading on to our next adventure. So we finished up the tour, and I got a bottle of Buffalo Trace for $25.
And they had lots of them.
And they had lots of them. But $25 for Buffalo Trace, that is insane how cheap that is. And I'm not really the biggest fan of it, but that burn, I'm gonna get it for 25 bucks. So, all right, hopefully we can check in here soon and get us a nap for our first day. Made it up to our room early. Let's see what we got here.
Home sweet home.
There's the king. Shower, bathroom. Oh, let me put these bags down. There we go. Get us a nap. We're gonna need more waters. 2 little bottles of water ain't gonna cut it.
And they're sparkling. I bet.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I know. The biggest thing is we had to take an Uber instead of walking. That's how easy to do it too.
That's good, thank you. Alright, so we just finished up at GW Finn's. Very good food. Hopefully we don't get hit by a car. And pretty interesting. So the menu is new every single day there because they get locally caught fish from the Gulf. And all depending on what they catch is what they're going to cook. So, oh Lord, it seems interesting too. So now we're going to walk our way back home.
Aren't you glad we went earlier then? Look at that.
Oh yeah.
It's not worth it.
So we are finishing up day one. We got finished with our dinner and we had a nice little drink at the bar at the hotel. So now head to bed. Calling it a day.
We met Dobby too.
Dobby.
Yeah, Dobby was our bartender in Nashville.
Gotcha. Alrighty. So.
I think this is our room.
Yep. 7-Eleven. I think you're right. We couldn't remember our room number. Well, it is day 2, and we are on the famous Canal Road. This morning I didn't videotape it, but we were actually, what was it, Ruby Slippers is where we ate, and had actually got the fried chicken and French toast with little honey spice glaze on it. And you got a Benedict?
Yeah, I got to pick 2 Benedicts.
Pick 2 Benedicts. So, got our bellies full, went back, got freshened up, and now we are on our way to see the cemetery. That's Brittany's probably most favorite thing she's wanting to do today. The most important thing she wants to do this trip. So she's super excited. And, oh, mate. Excuse me. Just trying to bypass a lot of people through here. So here's an old train station that we actually had to go in to purchase our tickets for the cemetery. But you can see where it's been redone. Very nice inside. Kind of historical feel here as well. But getting our tickets and then waiting for our time to go over and have our tour. Alright guys, so for this part of the video, you'll see that Miss Zelda gives a very good introduction of the cemetery. Now I'm not able to videotape after it, but I took several pictures all throughout that, and we'll try to talk through that. But she gives a very good description here at this intro of how this became above ground tombs. So y'all stay tuned.
All right, guys. My name is Zelda, and I'll be the tour guide. I always start my tours off with the founding of the city. We were founded in 1718. We were founded by the French. They were Catholic. French said everybody should be Catholic. That was the law. If you didn't want to be Catholic, they put you out. You couldn't live here. Now let's fast forward to the mid-1700s toward the end of the 1700s. A lot of stuff started happening. We had a transfer of power. We started out French, but we transferred to Spain. We became a Spanish colony for 42 years. And then we had a major fire in the French Quarter. Everything on that side of Basin Street is the French Quarter, which was the city of New Orleans before it started growing. And then the worst thing that could have ever happened to a city was the pandemic, the yellow fever pandemic. We've all been through one, so we know how devastating that can be. Well, during the pandemic, people, it just got crazy. People started dropping like flies. They started dying. Nobody could figure out why these people were dying. The doctors didn't even know. Well, thankfully for us, we had just become Spanish, and the Spanish knew. The Spanish said, we know why these people are dying. It's a mosquito that's killing them. We're like, what? They said, yep, it's a mosquito. We know it's a mosquito because we had the same problem over in Spain a couple of years ago. Just like y'all bury below ground, we bury below ground. Just like y'all, on rainy nights, it starts flooding, and 5 minutes after the flooding, coffins started popping up out of the ground, and they started roaming around the city. This mosquito, the tiger mosquito, was going to find that corpse, and it was going to bite that corpse, and it was going to take that disease to your neighborhood the next day. Now, you mowing the lawn, you working in the flower garden, you got bit by one of these mosquitoes. Little did you know, you had about 24 to 48 hours left. And we said, that's some heavy stuff. How did y'all deal with that? And they said the first thing we did was we stopped burying below ground. And they started this type of burial, above ground burials. They say they built a slab, they put the house on top of the slab, they would put the coffin inside, and then they would lock the door. And they say it could rain all night long, and them coffins will not come out of that tomb. And if the coffins did come out by some chance, y'all dealing with a problem we're not going to be able to help y'all with. That's for somebody else. Well, we started burying just like they said. This is a one-at-a-time burial. This tomb is 10 feet long. In the back of it is an opening about 2 feet wide, and that's where the body bags are going to go. You say, what body bags? I'm going to tell you, hold on. All right. Now, because of this pandemic, another law came about. It was called the year and a day law. You could not open a tomb for a year and a day. Now, the government was still confused about this disease. They didn't know how it operated, but they were of the opinion that the disease continued to spread after you died. They felt that gas is built up in your body and it still would spread. And that's why the disease continued to grow. Well, let's just say this guy dies about 4 months ago. 4 months later, his cousin dies. What are we going to do with that cousin? We cannot open this tomb yet because the year and a day has not come to put the cousin in. Well, we're going to rent one of these behind you. These are called oven vaults, wall vaults. Some poor people call them rental vaults. And so they would rent one of these, and that's where the cousin is going to go in there. Cousin's going to wait over there until this year and a day is coming. Once the year and a day is up, we're going to take this guy out. We're going to empty his ashes and his bones in a body bag. Now, this guy has been in here. He has been slow roasting for a whole year. So he has turned to ashes. And the Bible said he would. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. So we're going to throw the coffin away. Check the name, date of birth, date of death on the body bag. Because it's 10 foot long, we're going to take a 10-foot pole. We're going to push that pole all the way to the back until it falls in that little opening. Now, we're going to repeat that process over and over. We're going to take this guy out, and now we're going to put him here. He don't have to move within a year and a day, just only if another family member is over there waiting. Now, when it's all said and done, we could end up with 150 family members in this one tomb. That's why it's so important to get along with your family now, because you could be with them for a long time. Now, when you get to an average about 140, 150, the sexton is going to seal it off, tape it up, and put a sign right here that says closed forever. Once you close the tomb forever, you cannot open it, you can't put any more family members in, they won't fit. And you're going to have to start a new tomb. So average 150 family members can go in there. If you're doing the wall vault, about 20 family members. That first little section, there's about 20 in there. All right, guys, so this tomb right here, I always say this guy had more money than that guy. This is three people you can put in at one time. I always say he had more money because rich people, they're cocky, they don't like to wait. So if him, his wife, his son all died in a car accident at the same time, well, nobody had to wait over there. They all could be buried here in this tomb. Another reason why I say he had more money to use on a better material. This is marble. I am not sure what that is. I'm not going to even try to guess, but I do know this is better than what that is. And also, this guy has perpetual care. Perpetual care is an insurance that you get from the Catholic Church. $2,500 for an average size tomb like this. Bigger tombs are going to cost a little bit more. So if you have perpetual care, the Catholic Church is going to take care of this tomb for the rest of eternity. Keep it nice, keep it white, keep it just looking like it looks. If you don't have perpetual care, then your family is responsible for the upkeep of your tomb. About 20 years ago, my husband and I decided that we were going to get perpetual care because we got to know our family just a little bit better. And I'm just going to share it with y'all. My family trifling. They all trifling. My son is trifling. My daughter's trifling. They're producing little people that's trifling just like me. So one day my husband says, "Zelda, you know we got trifling children." I said, "I know they trifling." He said, "I think we better go on and get the perpetual care." He said, "Call the insurance man and tell him we're going to go on and get it." And so that's the best thing I could have done. I am so happy that I did it because I'd always worry. What would happen if something happened to me or my husband? What would happen to the tombs? Y'all know what November the 1st is, right? All Saints Day. Go to the cemetery on All Saints Day to take care of the tombs. And I'm like, okay, if I pass, I know my children ain't coming to the cemetery. I know my son ain't going to come out here and paint the tombs. So I'm just glad I got that. I don't have to worry about that. And even if you have responsible children, that's a burden you don't want to leave on them if you don't have to. So I am an advocate of perpetual care. All right, guys, so the tour is 45 minutes long. So I'm going to have to walk fast and talk fast because they're serious about the 45 minutes. We're going to take you back here. We're going to show off our cute little historic cemetery. Please don't wander off. That's one problem we have. People always wandering off. You cannot go in here. We got to go in here as a group. We're going to be groupings in the cemetery today. So one thing, you can't film the tour. Second thing is you can take all the pictures you want. Pictures, you can film the tombs. You just can't film my tour. Why would somebody come to the cemetery if they could just watch it on video? So they're serious about that. That's a really only thing I care about. You can, you got something to drink, you can bring stuff to drink, whatever you want, y'all okay? So look, don't wander off. Keep that in mind, okay?
So we are officially on Bourbon Street. We're actually trying to get down to the French quarters.
We're in the French Quarter.
French
Market.
But we are actually taking Bourbon Street down there. Let's give a little tour of it. So it's pretty interesting just to be able to say we were on Bourbon Street, but not at Mardi Gras.
Not at Mardi Gras or at night.
Actually, it's officially, what she said, it officially started Mardi Gras today. But that's not when they start partying. I think it's in February. So, oh yeah, to the French market we go.
We'll pop in one of these little holes.
So yeah, it don't look good in that.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Oh.
I have one very similar to this at home.
Day 3, and it's actually the birthday girl's day, so we are hoping to start it off all right. My back's screaming, it's hurting, but we gotta do a lot of walking, so we'll suck it up. But got our Starbucks, she got her free drink, and now we're gonna wait to get on this, I guess it's trolley system to the Garden District. So y'all stay tuned. Very first ride. Pretty interesting. Now we're just gonna go fiddle around and look at, I guess, all these houses. Might need a little bit of sidewalk repair. Thank you.
Can I get a fork when you get a second? I'm a redneck. Thank you.
No problem.
So we almost did it. We still got time to walk around outside, so we don't want to make ourselves miserable. I think we're already miserable, but want to at least be able to walk. So.
Walking will help.
I didn't realize that.
Well, just finished up her birthday lunch. How you feel?
So full.
We did eat way too much, but we didn't want to leave any leftovers. Unfortunately, we did. So we didn't want to be miserable. So we're gonna walk it off, and she's gonna.
Can we talk about the people that were sitting behind us?
Yes. So you want to video tape this, or you just want to talk about it ourselves?
We should probably just talk about it ourselves.
Okay.
We're trying to pretend we're good people.
Yeah. All right. So we're going to talk about them, and I guess they got the very good privileged life of of wealth. It's just weird. It's just weird being around people that have so much wealth that all they were talking about are all the trips and places and months they're going to stay in different countries and continents and all this stuff. So
I will say that there's definitely, if I was a betting woman, which I'm not, I hate gambling, but Dad was so it was a father and a daughter. Dad was older. I'd say daughter was probably late 30s. Anyway, I'm gonna assume that he is married to a younger woman and the daughter hates her. Marie is the wife. She was not there, but she has done something to piss the daughter off, and Dad is there trying to fix it.
yes. Yeah, long and short. I couldn't hear everything because you were sitting closer to him, but that is pretty much to Jeff because he's trying to amend what has happened in the family dynamics. So we all have our problems. It don't matter what class you're in. But it was pretty interesting. I don't think we had a full conversation. We were eavesdropping, eating and eavesdropping. So we had our full entertainment for today. But for the rest of this time, we're going to continue down
Magazine
Street here in the Garden District, and Brittany's just going to piddle around.
Yep.
Shops.
Try not to barf.
Thank you.
Medium, absolutely. Y'all enjoy it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Happy birthday.
On it, but I'm not gonna.
Thank you. Gotta make your wish.
Okay.
Alright. Pull it up.
Oh no, it's not
your
coming
wish ain't
true.
coming through. Just finished our dinner, birthday girls dinner here at Commander's Palace restaurant. So it's very hard to get in here. I guess she booked it 2 months ago, and we were able to 7:45. 8:45 was our time to be here, so you can tell how popular this place is. But winding down on the birthday girls day, and we'll take it back to the hotel and maybe have another cocktail, maybe head back up to the room and get ready for tomorrow. Y'all stay tuned. Well, it's day 4 and our last full day here in New Orleans. And actually on our agenda today is we're gonna grab us some breakfast because I really enjoy breakfast. And then we're gonna go to the World War II Museum. And today has been the perfect day to do that because you can't tell, there's a lot of wind going on. It's supposed to storm all day. So it's a perfect time for us to do that at the museum. So we're gonna take it all in. Last day.
Sad, but happy. I miss our kids.
Yeah, I do too. Miss them too much. So y'all stay tuned. Oh, all right, let's make it for the rain. Make it for the rain. Oh man, don't get run over. But I'm good now. Food in my belly, and some coffee.
Y'all should have heard this or seen Jonathan's face this morning when I said we weren't having breakfast. I was lying, but I knew it was going to make him cry.
Yeah, that was about to end my trip. I was about to just say, nope, I'm done.
Where's my tickets?
Yep,
Got to go.
I'm heading back early. Alrighty, now to look at some good old history, World War II.
Involves building an airfield on Guadalcanal from which to launch their air attacks. Place called Luciana. That was extremely good fried shrimp, fish, and sorry, oysters. I've had better.
Yeah, char-grilled oysters were good.
Yeah, and the crab cakes were. All right, which way? Should it that way or get on Bourbon Street and head up?
We get Bourbon. We forgot our horse.
Oh yeah, time up. Well, sorry, the sun's bright, so I'm gonna be squinting. But we just had our last bites of New Orleans. Had to finish off with a beignet at the Cafe Beignet. And now we're gonna go get our bags, get an Uber, and catch our planes back home. So we're gonna close this out with saying appreciate you guys if you made it this far for watching this. And I hope this creates a long memory for me because I forget a lot of stuff, so that's the reason why I'm recording this whole trip, so I can watch it later on. So that being said, appreciate it. As always, y'all stay tuned.